The main reason we left the United States and why we can never move back is because of healthcare and health insurance. I had 2 major spinal surgeries before we left the US, and they cost almost $1 million for both of them. And after that, my insurance company tripled my rate. I couldn't afford health insurance anymore.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible. It was a very, very stressful situation. And I think a lot of you can relate to that feeling of how am I going to afford my health insurance? We've heard from a lot of people that you are now working a job that you may not want just to have health insurance. Some of you are delaying your retirement to have health insurance, and that is just unacceptable.
Yeah, it sucks. I can't believe that we've allowed the system to get to this point where you are stuck in a job you hate or delaying retirement just to have health insurance.
Yeah.
It makes no sense at all. I even looked at going back to work. I had been self-employed for about 10 years prior to my surgeries, and I actually looked for a job for a while to get health insurance. But after you've been an entrepreneur, companies don't really want you anymore. Plus, we were in our 40s, and I was a little bit too old to go back into the workforce and didn't have a lot of interest, and I didn't really want to do that anyway. The thought of commuting to a cube again after working for myself for so many years, that was really, really stressful for me, and I just did not want to do that.
Yeah, and if you were like me and work for a small company, then your health insurance coverage probably totally sucks because mine is really catastrophic only.
Yeah, it has a $12,000 deductible and a 40% copay after the deductible is met. So if I had to have $1 million worth of surgeries again, it would still cost us $400,000, which is crazy. And also, they dropped spousal coverage on her plan, her company, after the pandemic to save money, as a lot of companies are dropping familial coverage. So you're really left on your own to come up with that. The marketplace plans are just not that good. They're high deductibles, they're expensive, and they make you reapply every year. That was the problem with me, is that after I had my surgeries, I had to reapply for the marketplace plan the following year. And that's why they included my new pre-existing condition and tripled my rates pretty much from December to January. And we fit in that middle ground category where we made too much money between the two of us to qualify for any sort of assistance, but not enough money to actually cover the cost of the insurance.
So in this video, we're going to tell you about 10 countries that have better healthcare for a fraction of the cost.
In some of these countries, you can go on your 90-day tourist visa and have your medical treatments done. Other countries have medical visas that are good for up to a year. And some of them, you can even apply for permanent residency and just stay living there and paying a lot less for your healthcare.
Yeah, you have a lot of options. There's even more available than what we have on this list. These are just some of our favorites. Another thing you can do is get international health insurance, which we did not even know about. And if you exclude the United States from your coverage, it is very affordable.
Yeah, so think about that for just a second. If you exclude the United States, you can actually get cheap global coverage and go anywhere and have your health care taken care of. It's just insane to think about. I can't wrap my head around this. That we had to leave our home country because we can't afford health insurance and health care.
Yeah, it's insane. However, I have no regrets.
No, neither do I. It is the best thing we could have done, and we're hoping to encourage you to do something unconventional like that. And now we're going to start with number 10, which is France.
France is known for its high quality but low cost healthcare.
Every year, CEO World magazine puts out a ranking of healthcare for all the different countries around the world. And in 2021, they ranked France number 7.
And as of 2016, France introduced a new healthcare program for foreigners, which allows access to state healthcare after 3 months of residency.
And of course, you can also get private health insurance or global coverage.
Yeah, private health insurance can be less expensive if you get that country specific. And then while you're there, you can enjoy all that is France. Someplace I really want to go, JP, not for medical treatment, just to go.
Number 9 on our list is Spain, and CEO World ranks it number 8 for healthcare worldwide.
Spain has public and private healthcare. If you want to participate in the public health care plan, you have to pay income tax and Social Security into that program. However, if you want to get residency as an expat, you have to have private health insurance. It is very affordable, and I saw prices that were similar to what we pay here in Ecuador.
Spain is really popular for medical tourism, and they also have several different types of long-term visas available if you've always dreamed of living where they filmed the spaghetti westerns.
Or drinking delicious Spanish wine.
Rioja.
Yes,
good.
Rioja. Number 8 on our list is Czech Republic, which is ranked number 14 by CEO World.
Yeah, they're really known for their high-quality public or universal healthcare system.
If you want to become a long-term resident in the Czech Republic, you do have to get private health insurance.
But you can get a one-year medical visa, and they also have a lot of English-speaking practitioners in Czech Republic.
Medical tourism is very popular. They even have a spa for cancer survivors. That would be incredible.
It also has a really low cost of living, and they're expat friendly. They like having foreigners come to visit and move there.
Yes, they have a lot of long-term visa options.
Number 7 on our list is Portugal, and it's ranked 22 by CEO World.
Portugal also has private and public health care, and they are very popular with medical tourism because Portugal's healthcare system is state-of-the-art and it is very affordable.
Yeah, you can expect to pay 50 to 70% less in Portugal compared to the United States.
And it is very popular amongst our viewers and tourists and people thinking about relocating. They have a lot of different visa options.
Public health insurance is an option for both residents and citizens, so if you go there as an expat, you can get on that system. It's almost free. You pay for it through your taxes and Social Security.
Number 6 is South Korea, which is ranked number 1 by CEO World.
South Korea is known as being extremely safe and affordable, and there's a ton of things to do and see while you're there on your medical visit.
Medical tourism is very popular in South Korea, and they do have a one-year medical visa available.
We've heard from several people who've gone to South Korea to live and teach English, and they absolutely love living there. It's definitely not a place that we'd considered until now.
Number 5 is Thailand, which is ranked number 13 by CEO World.
It is really popular with medical tourism and has some of the best hospitals in the entire world.
Procedures can be 10 to 20% up compared to the cost of the U.S. 10 to 20%.
It's just ridiculous to think that you could go to some of the best hospitals and pay 10% what you would pay in the United States.
And while you're there, you can have the trip of a lifetime. Thailand has so much to do and experience: the culture, the food, the beaches, the jungle. It's got it all.
That's one of the things that we haven't even talked about yet, is that you can pay for an entire medical tourism trip a month to 3 months and still have a lot of money left over from the savings versus having those same procedures done in the US, especially if you have a high deductible plan or very bad insurance like I had.
Number 4 is Malaysia, which comes in at number 34 on the CEO World list.
Yeah, this is the only country that ranked lower than the United States. However, I've looked at some of the other healthcare rankings for around the world, and they rank Malaysia near the top. We do think the pandemic has adversely affected their healthcare system, but they seem to be working on it, and it's probably going to climb back up toward the top soon.
Well, I have been reading recently that they are really working and focusing on their medical tourism, and I'm not surprised because they are known for top-notch healthcare with procedures as little as 20% of the cost compared to the United States.
Malaysia does have a public healthcare system that expats can use, but you have to pay higher rates out of pocket when you go for those services. You can also get private health insurance, which is very affordable.
However, Malaysia does not require that you have any health insurance, so if you just don't want it, you can just pay as you go. Although I don't know if I would do that.
You can work with a medical tourism company that will help you get connected with doctors and also help you through the visa process. I'll put some links below for several of the different companies that work throughout these different countries.
Number 3 on our list is Argentina, which is ranked number 27 by CEO World.
Argentina is one of the best countries in South America for healthcare.
Private health insurance is very affordable, and you can get a one-year medical visa.
And they just started covering medical marijuana with their health insurance plans.
Prices are about 60 to 70% less than the United States. So you can go to Argentina and have the trip of a lifetime. There is so much to experience in that country.
Number 2 on our list is Mexico, and it's ranked number 29 by CEO World Magazine.
Mexico has been a longtime favorite with Americans because it's very easy to come into the country and get your procedures done for a fraction of the cost. And many of the doctors were trained in America or other countries and speak English.
A lot of Americans or people from the United States go to Mexico. They just go across the border and get health care treatments done. In fact, there's hospitals and doctors along the border that cater specifically to people from the United States because it's so much more affordable there.
And finally, number 1 on our list is our personal favorite, Ecuador, which is ranked number 25 by CEO World.
That is 5 better than the United States at 30, which I think is extremely favorable. Anyway, our costs here are extremely low. We're always shocked when we go to the doctor or get anything done, how affordable it is. We have health insurance that covers both of us for $192 a month. That also covers my pre-existing condition after a 2-year waiting period. Since we've been on the insurance 2 years, it's covered now. If you go on the public IESS insurance plan, there is a 3-month waiting period for pre-existing conditions, and that's going to run you around $80 a month per person.
We actually have not had any major procedures done since we've been in Ecuador, thankfully. But we do know quite a few people who have, and they have been very happy with their results. And we're talking a wide variety. Cancer treatment, shoulder injuries.
Heart surgery.
Yes.
And they've all been extremely happy and healthy afterwards.
In general, the cost of healthcare here is about 1/4 of the cost of the United States.
1/4.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
And they do have a lot of English-speaking doctors here, so you're going to be able to converse with your doctor. Most of them are educated extremely well in other countries, like in Europe. Some of our doctors were even educated in the United States or Argentina or Chile. So they have really good backgrounds. They're extremely knowledgeable, and they speak English, a lot of them.
And they're so accessible. That's the amazing thing about healthcare here in Ecuador is that you deal directly with the doctor. You don't have to go through a ton of red tape and wait for 3 months to get an appointment. You can get an appointment within a couple of days.
Sometimes the same day.
Yes.
I have the WhatsApp number for my doctor, so I can actually WhatsApp, send a text message to my doctors. I don't have to go through the admins or the nurses or the physician's assistant. When we go to the doctor, we actually see the doctor. It's so refreshing, and the cost is ridiculous. An office visit is usually around $35 to go see the doctor for an hour. So they don't limit you. They don't say, oh, well, you have to make an appointment for this thing and I can't talk about anything else on this visit. You have to make another appointment like they do in the United States. Here, I go in with my list, like all men do, and we just check things off, and it's all in one visit, and it's great. The service is incredible.
We've also met a lot of people who have come to Ecuador for dental tourism, which is really interesting. And they've shared their stories and told us how they could come here and have an entire vacation and get their teeth fixed for a fraction of the cost. Again, it ends up being around 1/4 of the cost of the procedures in the United States.
We met a guy in Cuenca who came to Ecuador to get a bunch of dental implants done. He said in the United States they quoted him $40,000. Here it was $10,000. He came here for a month, and it was a $30,000 savings. So it more than paid for his trip here for a month, and he got to experience Ecuador for that. It's just an incredible opportunity that you have at your disposal to get your healthcare needs met and an amazing adventure at the same time.
I know you can do that in any of these countries, and there's a lot of other countries that you can do this in as well.
Yeah. And if you enjoyed this video, we think you're going to love this one. And be sure to check below for those links that we mentioned for some of the medical tourism companies and also for dental tourism here in Ecuador.
I think that's all we have for this video. So if you liked it, leave us a thumbs up, please. And we will see you all in our next video.
Ciao.
Ciao.